guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. We're just on this beautiful little creek system right above this waterfall here. In this episode we're going to be setting up the hammock and we're going to be catching our own food and getting our own water. It's not that that's going to be hard because we're on a creek system. But anyways, tonight we'll also be going for a spotlight, and along the way we'll be pointing out any cool wildlife that I notice. So guys, before we set up the hammock, I'll give you a quick rundown of the gear I brought on today's mission. So here's just my waterproof bag and my filming gear in here, like GoPro and other stuff, nothing really. I've got a little mini torch here, and we've got a spotlight in that bag as well for spotlighting tonight. And all, obviously, the hammock stuff. And the big one is, we brought a lighter just for today, because I feel like cheating. Anyways, we'll set it up just between those two trees. Have a go at this view though. How flippin' beautiful is that? Look at this water as well. How blue is that? I reckon I'm going to set up between this tree right here and this tree over here, just in this scenic spot next to the waterfall. We've set up our little hammock, just stretching right across the river. Got the sleeping bag in. Haven't put the tarp up because I'm not too sure, and it's pretty densely covered. I'm probably going to regret that decision tonight. I'm feeling a bit hungry and I'd like to get a bit of a fire going. Don't know how that's going to go with all the wet weather we've been having, but yeah, we'll try and catch some food and cook them up. So I was having a look and I just realised I just made a pathway for this little guy, this golden orb weaver, to get right to where I'm sleeping tonight, but I'm in the bug net, so I'll be right, hopefully. So guys, I was just having a look at this. These are called elk horns or crow's nests, and a recent fact I learned about them, because I have that cup shape like my hand, that shape is to catch all this dead leaf matter that falls from the canopy, and that's how they feed. So that's how they're able to live in random places like this with no dirt. There's quite a few of them around here. I'll show you some of the bigger ones that I've just seen. Here's more of those crow's nests. So they're just feeding on all that dead leaf matter that falls out of these trees, catching in those domes. That's such a cool plan. Look at how many are on that tree. How's the scenery down there? Show you how I go about getting down this treacherous bloody waterfall. I wouldn't want to fall from that. So let's step here. Try not to step off that edge. Anyway, we got a shower for tonight. That's pretty good. Yeah, trying not to slip off the moss. And then one big jump, leap of faith. Ugh. There we go. Slightly harder getting uphill. Okay guys, I'm not going to take the big camera down because that would end in disaster on these slippery rocks. Saying goodbye to the camp. I'm going to have a look for a pool where I can find some of these shrimp. So today we're going to be setting a little trap for shrimp and crayfish, and so we'll just make like a little circular formation and put some bait in it and hopefully shut down that trap whenever we see any shrimp in it. So guys, this is my little shrimp trap. It's a bit dirtied up because I've just finished with it, but so there's bait in there and it'll sit in the back. There's a bit of current, so I made that little break wall so hopefully the current gets a bit diverted around. Okay guys, so just gonna leave our little trap. bloody cold. It just won't take. Truth be told, guys, we might be stuffed. All this wood's bloody wet. I've looked so long and hard. This is the best stuff I've found. Always, guys, after every time you light a fire, or attempt to in my case, always pour it out. Grab a bucket of water or a bucket of sand, depending on where you are. Should come up. And then just to make sure, this bomb's probably not going to take off, but anyways, just to make sure that nothing does happen. So guys, welcome to the accommodation. Here we are, just in the Alton hammock. Down that way. So if you look to the left, ladies and gentlemen, we have a beautiful waterfall. Get a background noise. If you look behind me, got the clothesline. And then, if we look to the right, we have this beautiful little creek system. So anyways, this is home. Bloody good one at that. I'm just gonna chill here and enjoy this for a little minute, and then by the time it gets dark, we'll go for a spotlight. I'll break the spotties out. So basically, guys, a million things have gone wrong. Fire hasn't started. We didn't catch any bait. It's going pretty bloody good, but at least we got water. That's pretty good. You know what? We're probably gonna get flash flooded tonight. We're right on the creek, but I reckon it should be fine. I don't think we're going to get too much rain. Fingers crossed. No tarp. Oh well. I'm loving it anyways. It's pretty bloody good. I can't wait to get out for a spotlight tonight. I'm really hoping that we might find some cool reptiles or birds. Sooty owl would be nice. Bandy would also be nice. I'd like to find a bandicoot. But yeah, it's such a cool bloody spot. I'm loving it so much, just above the creek. It's so bloody good. So guys, this spider right here is known as the garden orb weaver spider. Now, what's so interesting about this guy is, see this complicated, beautiful web that he has? He recreates this every night of the year, every single night. So he eats it up and then makes another one every single night. That is an absolutely crazy attribute. So that's, what, 360 webs he has to spin a year. 365, plus a couple of off days because it rains. But what a cool bloody spider. What a weapon. How cool. Have we got this big old spider? Jeepers. Didn't want to get grabbed by that one. Guys, I can't believe this. I was just down there and I was just looking at this big old spider that I saw, it was like this big water spider or something. He was sitting on this rock, and out springs this massive rat with a white tail. Now this is a ricali, a native Australian rat. Now what's so interesting about these big old rats is that they are water rats, meaning they basically live on the water their whole lives, use it to hunt, and can swim like a platypus. People mistake them for platypus sometimes. That is such a cool find. I was too slow with the camera. I saw him. He was just under a rock that I was literally had my right foot on. I saw him. He sprung out and scrambled right up this escarpment and into the bush. It's been a little while, guys. I'm gonna try and sneak up on this ricali. We'll see if he's still there. I don't know. I'll put the camera down. No, he's gone. I reckon he'll visit in the night, but... Good night, guys. Just had a look outside, saw that ricali. That was pretty cool. Anyways, better get to bed now. See you guys in the morning. Houston, we have a problem. Everything's absolutely drenched. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've just gotten out of bed. Morning couldn't have come soon enough. Holy dooly, I got absolutely smoked last night. I was regretting heavily not using the tarp. Oh, so cold. I got freaking pins and needles everywhere. Hammock soaked, I'm soaked, everything's soaked. Oh well. This was absolutely scrunched up in the sleeping bag, just trying to get any extra heat or warmth or anything. There's the rig, covered in bloody water. Oh well, it could have been worse. Like, we had a little bit of a block there. Yeah, so it was alright.